I have compiled some Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex stories, her speeches before she joined the royal family and during and after, and who she is. She is a kind, down-to-earth, passionate, and accomplished woman, and was self-made millionaire. She was a millionaire before she even married Prince Harry and joined his family, the British royal monarchy. And she speaks three different languages fluently. She speaks English, French, and Spanish fluently. So she's very accomplished and well educated, experienced, and kind, but she's not gonna let people step all over her. That's why she got out of the royal family. Here are her speeches, her interviews.
Well, I think this is
You're
part
not
of
the average American woman, Meghan, admit it.
Well, I would like to think that I am. Okay. Well, here we go. Here's what I would say about that. I think it's very important to shift this idea that, one would say, okay, you're coming on to Larry King, and you're doing politicking, so maybe wear a blazer and play the opposite and make sure you can be taken seriously. My point in all of this is that no matter what you look like, you should be taken seriously, and I think it's very important. And for me also, I think it's really great to be able to be a feminist and be feminine, to embrace both.
Is feminism still a good? I'm a feminist. I've been a feminist all my life.
That's fantastic.
It's still a good word.
Yes, it's not the F word.
I don't hear about it. I don't hear it said much as it used to be.
Well, I think it's really, it had
Gloria Steinem in her prime.
Of course. I mean, I think that it's really shifted because at the onset it was getting a bad rap. And seemed to be like women burning their bras, and this perception of how it's evolved since then has changed. And last year, I think it was sort of the moment kind of word that people were trying to define a bit more and to embrace it again in a different way, to not have some sort of negative connotation with it. I don't think there's anything negative about being a feminist. And seemed to be like women burning their bras, and this perception of how it's evolved since then has changed. And last year, I think it was sort of the moment kind of word that people were trying to define a bit more and to embrace it again in a different way, to not have some sort of negative connotation with it. I don't think there's anything negative about being a feminist. It's a website, yes. And it was also actually just thetig.com. And it's actually where UN Women reached out to me because I had written a think piece about the same sort of things we're talking about, right? About women's inequality and hoping to find a way to find self-empowerment. And because they had read this piece, they ended up saying, we would really like to work with you.
What is UN Women?
UN Women is a branch, obviously, of the United Nations, but I think as it being a young organization, what they've really been striving to do between the He for She campaign, and then, of course, the work that I'm doing with them, which is specifically trying to find women in political positions, be it from a grassroots leadership level or beyond that, to say we need to have a seat at the table. We need to be leaders that are really comfortable having our voices heard, because when women are uplifted, the entire community is.
Do you think your looks affect your advocacy?
Well, I think this is
You're
part
not
of
the average American.
Good evening, everyone. The crisis hit hard, and overnight, everything seemed to change.
For many families, the impact of the pandemic has been catastrophic, and far too many were faced with a heartbreaking question: how am I going to put food on the table for my family? But in the face of this devastating reality, we also saw the power of the human spirit and the remarkable ways that communities respond in challenging times. We saw the good in people, in our neighbors, and in entire communities coming together to say they would not stand by while our neighbors went hungry.
And just be honest with each other. There's no need to suffer in silence. Just make sure that you're taking care of yourself and that begins with your mental health and really talking about whatever is coming up for you. So thank you to all of you. Thank you to these teams, to our executive director of the Archibald Foundation, whose birthday it is today.
Understand it as much as I do now.
Being here, right?
Being here. And what has been echoed so much, really, in the past day by men and women alike is, oh, we weren't surprised when we found out when you were a Nigerian. Oh, no. And I say that mostly as a compliment to all of you, because what they define as a Nigerian woman is brave, resilient, courageous, powerful, beautiful. And every single moment that I hear anyone so far talk about what it means to be a Nigerian woman, it is the most flattering thing to be in that company, to be in your company. So yes, it's been really eye-opening and humbling to be able to know more about my heritage and to be able to know this is just the beginning of that discovery.
We found is that the enrollment at this school went up 3 times as much once the latrines were built, so that girls had access to clean hygiene and bathroom facilities while they're at school.
A committed humanitarian while in Toronto, Markle volunteered here at St. Felix Center, feeding the hungry.
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's the personal connection that you make that, there are 2 children there that now I sponsor that I feel, Chanceline and Carla, who I really feel connected to. And I think you hear these stories and it makes it so real. And so to be able to bring that information back home, to see the things that we deal with in Canada, which is sort of my adopted home now. It's my 6th year being here, filming Suits. And then in the States, for me, Flint, Michigan, these are things that happen to us in North America, but we have control over that. You go to communities where there is no control over it. 663 million people worldwide don't have access to clean water.
I took some of the speech, one of her speech, I think, speeches from Sussex Squad. Thank you so much, Sussex Squad. And we are hoping for her to continue to thrive and success. And I hope the British media and also Australian, all the Rangers and haters to stop harassing Meghan, to spread lies and hate and vitriol against her and Prince Harry, and they just trying to survive, trying to live their lives, and while helping others, the veterans around the world, as well as women. She's champion. She continues to champions for women, and we love Meghan. Thank you.